just arrived at Indian Meadow Service Plaza. Just got the car plugged in to the 150 kilowatt Electrify America charger here. Great stop. Really, it's so easy. The highway's right there. It's dark now, so you can't see it as well as the last stop, but good on you, Ohio. Ohio, you don't do everything right, but but you do charging right, which is awesome. So look at that. We're already over 100 at 28%. Oh, well, we got to 100 at 28%. Now it's kind of stagnating down, but cool. Let's double check in the car, see what we actually had to charge up to, and then go from there. I forgot what we actually had to charge to here, Caitlin. I know we have to be here a little longer than the other spot. I have my windshield wipers up here because one of them broke, and I have a spare in the back. Just is an old one. So I've put 26,000 miles on this car now. So let's take a look at our navigation. How long does it want us to charge here? 22 minutes, so we should get up to 71% state of charge. So it's set to 80 right now, so we'll kind of just, you know, do our thing. Okay, now it wants us to go to 73. Our efficiency has been garbage. We are getting 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour, significantly less than what we were getting before, hence the reduced range. It's much colder and windier here than it was in Pennsylvania and Eastern Ohio, so it's not surprising really at all. But we'll go ahead and there's some food inside. We're getting a little hungry, so we're gonna get a snack. And then we'll be back on, and Caitlin will be driving this next leg. We'll see if her efficiency is any better. All right, welcome from the passenger seat here. Caitlin is now taking over driving duties as we will now officially cross over into Indiana. Just wanted to show you briefly our little charging session there. So I pulled up my Electrify America app. So we used our ID4 charging plan, of course. So we charged from 28 to 80%, and that took 33 minutes, 42 seconds. We saw a max charging speed of 95 kilowatts, and we had 38 kilowatt hours delivered. So now, going to our next stop. We swipe over here. We are now going to be stopping at the Electrify America at University Mall. So I believe University Mall, University Center Mall, something like that. Let's see, University Park, I was close. So we should arrive there with 18% state of charge according to the navigation. 95 miles away, we have 124 miles on the guessometer. We did charge to 80 just because we grabbed a bite to eat inside. I just changed the windshield wiper that had broken on the way here. And then we fed the dogs as well. So honestly, I mean, these stops are not that inconvenient for us. So we will stop at University Park Mall. Looks like that'll be a 25-minute charging stop. We'll get up to 70% there, and then we should be able to get to Bank of America in Chicago. Looks like we'll arrive there around 10:54, and then we'll be home. I believe this will actually be Eastern, so 9:54 Central, and then we'll be home at just before midnight Central. So that is looking good here. So we are certainly getting there. Hopefully Caitlin's efficiency is a little bit better. I see her first 4 miles, she's averaging 1.7 miles per kilowatt hour. So gotta do a little better there if we wanna make it, or not spend more time charging. I'm just kidding. She's not doing anything wrong. It's just the car probably warming back up. But we did have the climate control on, so I don't know. Probably the acceleration is still being factored into that. So we should be good to go from there. So once we get to University Park Mall, we will update and see if we actually arrived with 18% state of charge. It's now saying 17. Caitlin, lead foot over here, only going 3 miles over the speed limit. So we have plenty of buffer, so it should be fine. But the wind is still working against us, unfortunately. So hopefully it does a little bit better there. But yeah, we'll see what we actually end up with now. It went back up to 18, so I think it's just trying to figure out the efficiency rating. And we'll go from there. Hello from University Park Mall in Mishawaka, Indiana. This station does not seem too great so far. We have plugged into charger number 4, and we are only getting 34 kilowatts at 15%. So I didn't get, there was no notice on here that the power is being limited, but the power is definitely being limited. We're getting far above that, this low state of charge. This 350 kilowatt charger number 3 has the message saying maximum power has been temporarily reduced. And then let's see, this 350 kilowatt number 2, I don't see a message on. And then there is finally the CHAdeMO over here that does not seem to have the message, but the one we plugged into did not seem to have the message either. So I think what we're going to do is try to plug into this charger number 2, the 350, since there's nobody else here, because only one of the 350 seems to have the message, and the worst case scenario we'll get some good amps there. So we'll move the car and check and see if we get a higher charging speed here. Let's just double check. Yeah, we're stuck at 34. So I could try the other handle. I think I'm going to try the other handle on this one first, and then we'll see from there. Alrighty, so we just tried handle number 2 instead of handle number 1, and unfortunately we are still getting slow charging speed here of 34. So we're gonna switch over to one of the 350 that does not have the message on it, and then we'll try the CHAdeMO if that one's still severely limited. So we will go from there. Good old Electrify America, making us change chargers. So convenient. Yes, we have the charging cap cover open, but that is okay. Caitlin is here to the rescue. Ah, the little spaceship. We love the spaceship. Beautiful. All right, real time here. Grab the 350. One hand, can we do one hand? Yes, let's go. All right, connecting to vehicle. The tap didn't work on the other one. Yeah, there's our 0 kilowatt. Oh, we started at 15 and went to 0? All right. Not really, but is the tap gonna work today? No, of course not. Nothing works. All right. Find our charger here, come on. Where's our charger? Come on. Come on, it's cold. Oh, for crying out loud. This is the right spot. Oh, super lag. Super lag. Come on, we're gonna time out here, Electrify America. Let's go. App, work. There we go. Charger number 2, 350. Let's try this one out. Initiating charge. Boom. See if we get better luck here. It's a Dodge Durango with Indiana plates and a Packers metal emblem on the back. That's fun. All right, initiating charging. Based on our experience at Cranberry Township, when these are limited, the 350 kilowatt will actually deliver more amps than the 150. So we'll see if that is truly the case here. Starting off, 15% current charging speed. That should be ramping up. Come on, you can do it. All right, that's already better. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is much better. So, gonna leave a negative review for that one over there. We'll report that on our Twitter and rate your charge to Electrify America. Just let them know that one is definitely still limiting. This one should be good. So we're gonna walk the dogs here. We have to charge, I believe 82% is what the car said. Let's just double check. All right, that one looks good. We got over 100. So that's much better than, oh, are you good there?
Yeah, I choked on my spit.
You're choked on your spit?
Yep.
Okay.
It was a good time.
I hope you are okay.
Thanks.
So, now it thinks we only need to charge 77%. It was initially saying 82, I believe.
The car's still saying that it takes 2 hours to charge.
Yeah, I think that's a glitch with the 3.1. I think that's okay. But yeah, we've seen some glitchiness with the 3.1. Okay, so should be able to charge here. We have one more stop then in, it looks like once let's go to Westfield Old Orchard in Skokie, Illinois. That's one of our favorites. It was initially wanting us to go stop in Chicago, but maybe because of efficiency's sake, it wants us to charge up there. So yeah, we'll charge the 78 here, probably let it go to 80. And then, yeah, we should hopefully be good to go. Yeah, the time left is definitely not correct. So there's no way this is actually gonna take 2 hours because we're charging at 100. So it's 8:44. Charging at about 100 here. It's fluctuating a bit. Probably
Gonna end at 10:44.
Allegedly. Okay. I think that should be good. So we'll leave it there. Not gonna take that long. So we will let her charge, take out our dogs, hang out a little bit, and we just got one more stop, and we should be good. Home sweet home.
So we have finished charging at the Mishawaka. Lots of letters in there, but we finished charging at the Mishawaka Electrify America.
Wisconsin.
Anyway, and now we're on our way to Chicago. So this is the last stop before we head home. So we're really excited to almost be done. We are still getting, well, now on the ID4 we're getting a 105 4 a.m., which I'm assuming is still Eastern time.
Yep, it is.
Arrival. So it's still a lot earlier than what the Volkswagen was initially predicting in the first part of this video. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. But anyway, we arrived to the last charger, and I had an efficiency of 2.3.
A whole tenth better than yours truly.
A whole tenth.
The wind must have died down.
The wind was still very strong though, and the temperature has been dropping. So I'll switch you around again. We're currently at 39 degrees Fahrenheit. It was a little lower, but it kind of ranged between 38 and 42 while I was driving. I have the Electrify America summary up on my phone here, so you can't really see the screen, but I'll read it to you. We started at 15% and ended at 80%. I don't remember how much was on the guessometer, do you?
When you plugged in, or?
No, after we left at 80%.
Not much, because we're already at 72 and 115 only left. So I want to say it was like 130 maybe.
But we got a maximum of 103 kilowatts. And we were given 47 kilowatt hours was delivered to the car. So between here and Chicagoland is kind of an Electrify America desert, if you want to say that. There's not any stops in between, and so that's why it was important for us to charge all the way up to 80%, so we were able to make it to Chicago. The Volkswagen Nav was giving us some other options, but we really want to go to the one in Skokie because it's right off of our route that we have. What was the one it was recommending?
It already updated.
Oh, it did. Let's turn it around.
Yeah, so I put it up here. And initially, while we were charging, I bet you it was just doing these calculations. It wanted us to go to like a more out of the way Electrify America in Lincolnwood because they believed that was going to be the only one we'd make it to. But now that we charged to 80, which I recommend charging to 77, I just charged it to 80. And then it's going to do our little one right off the highway in Skokie, Illinois. So just to show you kind of our route here. So we're about 98 miles away from Skokie, but it's still going to take an hour 44 minutes. Thank you, Chicago traffic, most likely. And then we should arrive with 9% and probably a little bit less. These winds are still coming straight at us. So unfortunately, our efficiency is just much worse on this stretch. So kind of unfortunate, but there's our overall routes. Just the one stop that's hidden behind the time in Chicago, or in Skokie more specifically, and then we'll be home sweet home in Milwaukee, where we can charge our good old car overnight and not worry about we don't have to charge we can literally roll in at 0 and I'll be happy. So that'll be nice.
Also, by the time this video is going out, the Tesla prices will be a little more normalized, but we just had friends who...
You mean the lower prices?
Yeah, the new Tesla prices.
The new Tesla.
Yeah,
okay.
The new Tesla prices will be a little more normal. It's still very new. So we're recording this on January 17th. They announced it on Friday, January 14th, right? 15th, 13th? Whatever Friday
was. Today is Tuesday, so Tuesday. I don't know, whatever this past Friday was.
Anyway, they announced it less than 4 days ago.
After the stock market closed.
The stock market closed. But we have friends who have been really excited to get a Mach-E, and they have it ordered, and they just went and put in an order for a Tesla Model Y tonight. They went and test drove it, and they put an order in. So let us know in the comments down below, are you considering switching your current EV to a Tesla? Are you planning to stay with a non-Tesla EV?
Or, if you're in the market for a new EV, have Tesla's lower prices influenced any potential future decision you're making?
Yes.
That would be interesting for me to hear. I will say, my personal opinion, I don't like Teslas that much. I don't like the build quality, stuff like that. I think they're great cars. I think they're fine for charging. Their supercharging network's much better than this kind of garbage that we have to go through in terms of inconsistency. I still wouldn't trade my car for the world just because I love my ID4 so much.
I will link it above if it is posted before, but we are planning to do a why we are not switching to a Tesla video. So that'll just be a fun, more in-depth video that Eray is going to be talking through, since this is his vehicle. I don't have a choice necessarily in if I want to trade this in or not, because it is under his
that
name.
That will probably be a video that has two halves, my opinion and Caitlin's opinion.
Anyway,
I don't know if Caitlin would get a Tesla either, but stay tuned. You'll find out.
Anyway, yes, if that video is posted already, I will link it above, so you can just click the banner, and I will also link it in the description below. If it's not, again, stay tuned for it. It will be posted. All right, we will see you guys in Skokie. What'd you do?
The maximum power of this charger has been reduced to perform an update. This company, I swear to God, man, every day it's something new. I should be able to just pull up to a charger and be done. Caitlin's having a ball.
Can we do a yearly bloopers video? And can that be the only portion of the video?
Okay. So fucking stupid, I swear to God.
Who's it?
They should like put red lights. They have green lights. They should have red lights to show when chargers aren't working. You would think that'd be really simple.
Hello and welcome to Skokie, Illinois. We're just outside of Chicago at Old Orchard, one of our favorite charging spots. We arrived here with 8% and a guesstimated 12 miles of range. Eray is just plugging in over on the side here. And so I'll show you guys kind of the inside of what happens in the ID4 with this software. So, oh, he just walked all the way around, okay. So this pops up. The light bar is red right now. It will turn orange once it starts to initiate the connection. But we can see, again, 8% and the 12 miles on the guesstimated range. We have it automatically set to charge to 80% for when we are home. That way it helps the battery last longer and doesn't depreciate as much over time. And the car also will recommend charging to 80%, and it will do battery care mode if you do charge it over. Yeah, you can see optimal charge. So now we heard the click, and you can see the light bar has changed. So we have the green going to an orange, going to a red. It's kind of hard to differentiate the color. Again, the new 3.1 software shows us the charging rate, which Eray is not happy about. So we are getting a charging rate of 61 kilowatts. And this could be because of the cold weather, because of how overheated the battery is. What are your thoughts on why it's charging so
We are going
slow?
to verify. It's not slow. It's just not fast.
Yeah.
It's like mid. But I'm about to verify my theory and see if it is supplying the amount the car is asking for, because
so far
we should be getting at 8%. We should be getting 1,000%.
So far, every time you come up with this theory,
this is proof. DC battery current, 173 amps is being provided from the charger. The car is asking for 385. That is not bueno. So that means that probably this one is also being power limited. So onto PlugShare we go. Let's see if I can find a charger. You shouldn't have to do this. This is just, it's the last stop on the trip. I just want to be home. Like, I get it, but
this is our favorite stop too.
I know this one normally performs super well, but that one charger having the message.
There was one charger that had
There were a couple Rivians that charged here recently. They got
limited.
145.
So, did you try the other handle?
No. Not yet.
Okay. Anyway, we'll keep you updated, but the plan is right now to charge. Let me see if I can bring up the
freaking
route here.
Garbage.
So the plan is we need to charge to 58%.
Chet, this rate is going to take much longer than it should.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the one behind us.
Okay, that's fine. So based on the ID4 navigation, we are supposed to charge to 58%, I believe. Let me check one more time just to be sure. Oh, no, it doesn't give me the option. Okay. I had to change the GoPro battery quickly, but it was either 54 or 58% to make it back to our apartment. Our parameters in the car are set to the lowest possible arrival at a charger with miles, and that's 5 miles per the software, and also the lowest amount of miles per destination, and that's also 5. Because we have an at-home charger, we are okay with getting home at that low. Before, when we were relying on public chargers, we would have to stop and charge in the West Milwaukee Electrify America station. It's been a game changer having that at-home charger. So it's possible to have an electric vehicle without that accessory, but it definitely is a lot easier.
My theory has been proven correct.
Look at that. Let's flip
Check
it
her
around.
out. Check her out. I'm always right. I'm telling you. Not always, but pretty often.
Let's see.
We are hitting 100. Much better. So, I don't know why Electrify America's software... There's one thing Volkswagen and Electrify America have in common, and that is terrible software. I don't understand. Like, the Volkswagen has made a lot of improvements. Electrify America, they made some, but not a lot. So the fact that we had one charger that I've seen, I walked around, one charger shows a message that the power is limited, but that's super misleading because we obviously just found a second one that was limited. So either they need to like put the message on all the chargers just so people know what to expect. I don't know. It's just like they should be able to program that. I don't get it. They should know which ones are limiting power.
Also, that's really cute. Is it supposed to be the ID4 that they're plugging in on the screen? I think it looks like an ID.
It could be.
I'm gonna call it the ID.
Or generic EV.
But it's on the opposite side. Anyway, yeah. Okay, we'll catch up with you guys.
Well, let's just put, so what do we need? We're gonna put it in
56. Here. I was so close.
56. So I'm just gonna crank it down to 50 and then
let it do its thing.
Let it do its thing. I am not worried about getting home with 55, considering we usually go downtown and back on 100. So that should be more than fine. And then we can plug in even if we come in at 0 anyway. This is just our last stop. Get it out of the way. Good deal. Let's do it.
We just left Skokie and are finally on our way back to Milwaukee. The ID, when we got back in the car and started navigation, gave us a little prompt saying that we had no more charging stops and that we were able to complete the route, which was a great feeling because we've been hearing opposite that every time we've turned the car back on and started to leave a charger. So we charged up to 54% per what the car told us we needed to complete the navigation, and that gave us about 85 miles of guesstimated range. Arrived to the charger with an efficiency of 2.4, and so we've noticed the efficiency kind of fluctuate between like what, 2.1 and 2.4. I think that's the highest one we've gotten so far on this trip. Back,
I think on the first leg we were okay, something like that, but I think we might have had 2.6 when we were in Pennsylvania and Ohio when it was warmer.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly. But that is the end of our road trip content.
Yes, and just to add on, so that 54% was to go 78 miles, and we're expected to arrive at home with 5% state of charge. So I guess it's a little bit of buffer. And here we are going back on the tollway paying more tolls after we went through Chicago with no traffic. So yeah, so recap will be coming, like Caitlin said. We'll kind of go over the biggest problems we found, since this is our biggest road trip ever with this car. And ultimately we'll be sharing that all on Twitter. And if you guys have charging issues or even charging successes, same thing as we have, make sure you rate your charge on Twitter, at us on Twitter if you're in the Midwest especially.
Yeah.
We'd love to see what the Midwestern chargers are doing.
Yeah.
And then of course at Electrify America, because if they don't know about a problem, they can't fix it. Even though, and the sooner you do it, the better, because they seem to take a while to actually get around to fixing these chargers. So yeah, any questions, comments, whatever you think. I think the road trip is overall a success. Just unfortunately some picky chargers. We
prepared, and we actually, Eray purchased a spare tire because the first edition did not come with one, and none of the new ID4s 22 or 23 models come with a spare tire. So we did purchase one and we did bring it with, and we did not have to use it, which was great.
Not yet. We're not home yet.
Well, okay.
Don't say that now.
Sorry.
We're not home yet. But at least we didn't have to use it like far away, but we still have 71 miles to be needed to use it.
Sorry.
But anyway,
overall, it was a success. That's what I'm trying to say. It was a successful road trip.
So far. Hopefully the car doesn't brick itself in 70 miles.
Oh, God.
Don't jinx it. We're not home yet.
Oh, God.
We can't call it a success yet. But
anyway,
yes, it's
okay.
looking good. It's looking good. I think the charging was a success.
The charging was a success. A lot of people bash on non-Tesla charging networks, and as much as we want to see them improved, we also believe that they are at a good foundation point, and we want to show that yes, it is possible to still use non-Tesla EV chargers for road trips and have successful road trips. And that is exactly what all 3 legs of our videos did. Yes? Do you have any? I would say there was one charging station, which was the one in Cranberry.
Yep.
That was just a complete dud, but we were still able.
That place is a disaster.
Yes.
It was still usable, but
we were still able to charge. We were still able to get an efficient amount of charge to leave. Like it worked. Was it not great? Yes, but we were still able to do it. It's very successful. We're on our way home. We've had no problems otherwise. So, besides a lack of chargers in some areas, which is
some malfunctioning chargers.
And some malfunctioning chargers, we did it. And it's possible. And you can do it too. Anyway, stay tuned for the recap, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye guys. Thank you for watching.